Good evening and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this evening. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. Okay. Um, Oh, also, if you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. Okay. I wanted to talk about, I've had a lot of people to come into my comments, and in this young doll situation, I guess because the rumors of the trial, okay, getting ready to start, okay, the fascination with it never left, but it's being sensationalized to a higher degree again, okay, because of the trial, getting ready to start. At least we believe. Like I knew that Stray Drops trial was not going to start in June, and I don't believe it's going to start in September. If I had to guess, I would think either he's going to plead out or it's going to start in March. Okay. That is my belief, March of 2025. Okay. But, a lot of people have speculated about who was all involved. And I think from the very start, I think the reason that the case people have such a fascination with the case is because of the celebrity rappers that are involved, right? The names that have come up. My stance has been the same since day one as it relates to people that was involved. Do I know everybody? I don't believe that I know everybody that is involved, right? Um, because you think about Young Doll's case is extremely big, right? There's no way when you're talking about a million pages to know everything. And as I've always said, it's not even good to know everything. It's not safe to know everything. I think some things need to be saved um, until trial, right? When people learn, when everybody else learns, you cannot put vital information out there too soon because what happens is you give the enemy time to strategize, right? And so, um, what I wanted, when people talk about, is Yo Gotti involved, right? The involvement of Yo Gotti. My stance has always been the same. It started with him, and I believe it's going to end with him. I've never believed that Yo Gotti was above the law, right? The situation started with Young Dolph and Yo Gotti, okay? And I mean, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's definitely not a damn barracuda, okay? It goes back to, and I may not know the beginning of the beef, and no motherfucker could ever omit anything that I know here. Shit that you be surprised. Some of the same people that want to try and discredit you here, they be trying to get information from up out of you because they don't know nothing. Okay. Always remember that. Okay. And so, I always said this, okay, that it started with Young Dolph and Yo Gotti. And I believe that Yo Gotti had a part in it. Now, we all know just because somebody has not been indicted at this point does not mean that it's not going to happen. As I said, you have a million pages and it's still an ongoing investigation. Okay, I could see if the people had said, no, we have all of the people that was involved, and hey, we're going to prosecute these people, and that's it. They didn't say that. Okay, they said that it was an ongoing investigation. They also said that they understand what Govan's part was in it. They have a better understanding of what his part was in it. Everybody already knows that Govan didn't pay for that hit, not with his money. I believe that he had a part in it, but we know that he did not pay for their hit, right? So, yeah, I've always believed that Yo Gotti had an involvement in it. The good thing about it is, I mean, it's not like, I'm saying anything that I had not said. I don't get brand new, right? I can't be bought and paid for. I don't do stuff like that. I kind of stand on what I know and what I believe, right? And I cannot and make everybody else inclusive and omit Yo Gotti just because right after Young Dolph was taken out, it appears that he has blown up, right? I don't do things of that nature. Of course, I believe that he was involved. I believe that it happened because he wanted it to happen. And I'm not the only person that believes it. Do you think that I'm going to, even if I ain't in the goddamn streets, okay? Do you think that I'm going to work somewhere and still be in the midst of the places that I've worked as far as in the inside where it really counts, where the investigations and stuff are going on and not hear anything? So I'm not pulling it up out my ass. I'm not the only person that believes that. And if there can be enough evidence to get him, there will be. I don't buy into those myths because I hear conversation that Yo Gotti has paid for the whole police department. If you believe that, something is wrong with you. And I think sometimes that's probably the energy that certain people inside of his camp, want to put out to make those persons who may even know some vital information fearful of coming forward, right? Oh, he's bigger than the law. No man is bigger than the law. I don't put people in places that I put God. He's not in a high place to me. And it's not hating on him. It is strictly wanting to see somebody being held accountable, because when it's all said and done, it never should have happened. I think I've said this time and time again, right? So with it being an open investigation, it would be very premature of me to sit up and say, well, he ain't gonna never be indicted. No, I don't believe that. I believe that at some point something is going to happen, because I'm not the only person that believes that he had a hand in it. I don't sit up and point fingers at people just because I don't like them. I don't have a reason not to like them. I'm not emotionally tied to Yo Gotti, right? I'm not emotionally tied to anything. That's why you don't see me jumping on here throwing shots at people, because I'm not emotionally unstable like that, right? So if you ever hear me say anything, it's not to try to make a show, because I don't make no money on here. Okay. It is to get on here and tell you what I believe based on things that I've heard from people that would know, right? You can't have all the experience that you have as it relates to MPD investigators and whatever other entities that is involved in the analysis and the investigations that they've had going on for 3 years, and sit up and say what these people can't have or don't have or won't have, right? I've always felt like he had a part in it. It started with him, right? And so when you start hearing, listening to people that has that has always been around Yo Gotti, because I didn't hang out in North Memphis. Okay. I didn't hang out in North Memphis. I never proclaimed to hang out in North Memphis or know him personally. Okay. I said I had cousins that hung around him. Okay. And so but if you anybody that has ever been around them, whether they admit to it or not, has always said that he liked to pay people off and send other people out to do his dirty work. It ain't nothing no different. And so my mind always goes back to um when that happened to young Dolph, and the night all three of them, he, his brother, Moneybag, and I'm sure that other people were there. I wish I could find some of those pictures now that more stuff is starting to come out. Okay, I wish I could find those pictures of everybody that was at that party that night, right? And see if some of the names that I've heard, if those people are in those pictures. Because see, what happened was, it seems to me that people were placing themselves out of town. Okay, they was creating some type of alibi. Well, they always have around the time. I wouldn't give a f. It was planned, right? It was planned. And the mere fact that this man was jumping all on social media, okay, he was jumping all on social media, um, you know, um, just putting out little, saying little things on his Instagram, and then afterwards how involved he was, right? But why would in the world would he want to be involved, or would he be involved if he's this big artist with artists like Straight Drop? If my nigga go to jail, I'm gonna bail him out. It's easy for people to say, well, what he was talking about somebody else. Well, maybe he was talking about somebody else, but then Straight Drop turned right around and said, I'm going to turn myself in. And at that time, he had Art Horn as his attorney, but I'm getting right back out, right? Right after Gotti said that, right? Each and every time there has been an intricate situation to go on as it relates to Straight Drop, he says something. Just like when the judge gave him until December the 5th to plead out, and he goes the day before and says, don't make no new friends. It seems he gets nervous anytime it's something that relates to Straight Drop. To me, he's just always been too involved, right? And so when I say people's names, she ain't out in the street, bitch. But I know the people that know. Okay, so at this point, it don't matter what's out in the streets. It matters what's going on in an investigation and what can be proved and what is being proven. That's the only thing that matters at this point, because the street could know and not say anything. If the street know and they don't say nothing, he gets no conviction. The street is not going to try and prove anything, right? The people that's working this case, right, are the ones that as it relates to that indictments and things of that nature, as it relates to him, that's the only thing that matters. And even if he is never indicted, okay, even if he is never indicted, it won't be because it won't be because they didn't try. Okay, but I truly believe you have to reap what you sow. I just don't believe, and now this is me saying this in my belief, okay? I'm not gonna sit up and fake that I know something that I don't. So when it's me, okay, saying this is my belief, I'm going to say that, okay? So this is my belief, okay? I believe that whoever was involved, they was acting on the order of the very top person. And I think it went past his brother. Although I believe that he wanted it, his brother kind of carried out the orders of what he wanted, right? If he didn't want it, he could have stopped it. And when people say, well, he couldn't have stopped it. Okay, well, we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that. Okay. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on that, because I believe if he didn't want it, he could have stopped it, but they were all in agreement with it, right? And I don't think he felt, because he had gotten away with so many things, right, for so long. I don't think that they felt that they would be feeling some of the heat. I wouldn't give a damn what nobody say. Okay, they've been feeling some heat. Okay, they've been feeling some heat. So I'm not gonna get on here and fake the funk. Nobody is going to bully me. Okay, nobody will ever bully me into saying or not saying anything. Some of these men have habits of wanting to bully women, but they run from um smoke with men all day, every day. But as I said, I believes in the police. Bullying is a crime. Don't play with me, because I'm not gonna get on here and go back and forwards with no motherfucking man. Okay, they got laws in place for shit like that. Don't play with me. Play with your motherfucking mama. Okay, leave me alone. If you don't like what I got to say, stay off my shit. It's amazing to me how emotional people are. They're so emotional. Folks can get on their vlog and vlog and say whatever it is that they want to say. Okay, if they don't agree with it, hey, these people be taking this too seriously. I got a right to say whatever I want to on my vlog. People get on their vlogs and say whatever they want to say. I see folks capping all of the time. I see People send me stuff about folks consistently throwing shots that you don't even give a damn about, ain't even thought about. I don't say nothing because nobody can control me. Even the people I see capping on their vlog, you will never see me jumping on my vlog going live feeling like I need to refute what they say. If somebody come to me and ask me something as it relates to that, if I know the truth about it, I'm gonna say, no, I don't believe that. But as far as doing a whole vlog to try and refute and talk about what somebody else does as it relates to their vlog, that would make me too emotionally involved in that. And I don't have time for stuff like that, right? Because I understand people can say and do whatever it is that they want to do. And I've been saying this from day one. I believe that Yo Gotti is involved, and I am not the only one. It is in my belief, okay, that he is, and I'm not the only person that believes that. I have reason to believe that, and I've always said that. That's the reason why my stance has never changed. If you don't hear me talking about somebody, just like when people say, well, I believe that the cookie shop was involved, I ain't heard nobody credible even mention that the cookie shop was involved. I haven't. So you don't hear me saying anything about the cookie shop. I can't sit up and throw shots at them and put them in a bad situation when I ain't had nobody credible to say that. It's strictly been rumor on the internet. But if I've heard somebody credible say something about somebody and I know that they're credible, then hey, if it makes sense, then hey, that's when you kind of hear me say, well, yeah, I do believe that. But even if nobody credible had said anything to me, it just appears that there has been a history of the same people in the same group trying to get the young man gone, right? And it all stemmed from a beef that he had from with Yo Gotti. Okay. So do I believe that he had an involvement all day, every day? That ain't gonna change. Somebody else can believe what they want to believe. If they get mad at me because of my stance on it, then that makes them too emotional to even be talking about it. Because it ain't gonna change, right? It's not gonna change. It has not changed. Yes, I believe that he did. I believe that it started with him. And because we serve a just God, I believe that he's going to get his just due. He ain't going to walk back. See, I don't look at him because he act like as some guy because he claims he was able to pay to be on a show that claims that he's made it to the $100 million mark. I'm in media. I understand that they pay for stuff like that to look a certain way. It makes their stock go up. Okay. They understand that people are attracted to people. They put more faith and stock in people that they think got something that they don't have. I understand that. Okay. He could very well have $100 million, but do I believe he got it? No, I don't believe that either. Okay. But I have a right to believe that. It's not because I'm hating, it's just that I know how it goes. But as far as this young Dawes case, absolutely 100%. Absolutely 100%. And it ain't going to change. So people can keep throwing shots all day, every day. They're the ones emotional, not me. Okay. It ain't going to change. I absolutely 100% do. I do. I believe it all day, every day. And let me just say this, okay, to people. If you have an issue, don't have issues with people based on what somebody else says. Okay. Don't have issues with that, with people based on what somebody else says. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Pay a close attention to stuff for yourself. Okay. I don't care what I have going on. You're never going to hear me try and turn somebody against somebody. That would make me emotional, too emotionally involved. I don't have issues with people like that. If I don't deal with people, I just don't deal with them. But you'll never hear me trying to get into nobody else's ear because it's not gonna change anything. Okay. It's not gonna change anything. Why would I do that? That would mean I have some type of personal issue. I ain't got no personal issue with nobody. If I mess with you, I mess with you. If I don't, I don't. Don't let nobody get in your head about somebody else, because you don't ever know why they feel the way that they feel. Always remember that, okay? But anyways, I just wanted to talk about that. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.